I'm going to do a blunt, basic haircut. It can be done on a young woman, anyone really, even males that have their hair all one length and don't want any layers or that type of thing. I'm going to use my mannequin today, and also for you subscribers that watch my baking videos, I am going to do a few of these hair videos, so I hope you stay with my channel, and I appreciate you watching. I really do. Well, let's get started. First, I wet the mannequin down completely with water, and I'm going to section from the forehead down to the curvature of the crown and on the left-hand side and do the same thing. And then this is going to become one section. Now, the reason that we section here before we cut is because it gives us organization to know what's been cut, what needs to be cut, what's been cut, that type of thing. And then we're going to carve this from the top right down behind the ear. So that's going to be our second section. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and we're going to just take the large teeth of our comb, and we're going to carve it from the top to the bottom of the behind the ear. So that's 3 sections. Then we're going to take all this hair with our hands, and we're actually going to carve it out right across what we call the occipital bone of the back of a person's head. And we're going to put that into one big section. And then this bottom half here will be our 5th section. What we're going to do is we're going to start off by cutting just a blunt haircut, of course, and we're going to start removing anywhere, you can cut whatever you want, whether it's a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch or 2 inches, but on the mannequin we're going to take off about 1 inch today. So I've carved out about 1.5 inches wide hair, and I'm going to cut under my hands, and I'm going to cut just from the right to the left and have my first guide, as you can see. Now I'm just going to take a piece of hair, which again is about 1/2 inch to 1 inch wide, pick up the hair that's been cut, visualize my guide, and then cut straight across. Now I'm following a guide. That's what tells us how to cut the hair and where to cut it. What you want to do is to keep the hair as close to the person's neck as you can. The moment that you start pulling the hair out from the head, you're going to create layers. And in this particular video, we're showing you how to cut just a blunt, straight across haircut for men or women. And I'm going to work, and as you're working on the person, you're going to be working behind them and actually walking to the right, to the middle of their back, to the left. Now we're going to take some more hair down, and we're going to just carve out about anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch subsection. And then what we don't need, we put it up back into that clip. And the same thing's going to follow. I'm going to grab a panel about 1.5 inches to 2 inches wide, hold it close to the neck. I'm going to be able to see what's shorter and what's longer, and just cut your excess off. Again, you're following a guide, so all the hair will come out even. You want to hold the hair taut, but not too tight, but you want to have control of the hair. But you can see visually what needs to be taken off. Now I'm cutting everything from the right to the left. Now this particular haircut is constant repetition, over and over and over again. You're doing the same thing till you get rid of all this hair and start cutting it. And again, you'll have to move with your client or with your person that you're doing their hair, visualize, you'll see it, and you'll remove it. Now this haircut should take you probably about 15 to 20 minutes. Perhaps if you try it for the first time, maybe it's going to take you double that. But the idea is that for you to give it a try and see how it comes out. And again, you can see the same procedure is all the way that I'm going up the back of the head, doing the same thing, cutting from right to left, holding the same amount of hair, holding it at the same tension, seeing the guide, and then just blunting it off, cutting inside my hand, as you see. Now, to move it along for the video, I'm not going to cut all this hair, and because we want to move it along, so I'm just going to show you perhaps if that was all cut, that would be done. The next step is that we're going to go to the sides. So we're going to take the clip out of it, and we're going to carve again anywhere from a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of hair down, and then just clip the rest. We're going to find our guide from behind the ear. So just pick up a piece, a 1/4 inch panel, or even up to 1 inch panel of hair. Hold it again close to that neck, find your guide, and then just eliminate it. And cut the excess off, blunt it off. And you're going to again do the same thing, the same procedure. Find your guide from behind the ear, you'll visualize it, and you will remove it with your scissors. Again, keep in mind, keep that hair close to that person's neck. Always go to the back of the ear, find your guide, and then eliminate the hair. This is the last section down, but I find myself again behind the ear, pull it all the way down, and then just blunt it off. Again, have good control of the hair. You don't want to hold it too tight, but you don't want it too loose either. So have good control of that hair. We're going to go right to the other side. Taking down the clip, carving out again a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Find your guide from behind the ear, hold it down close to the neck. You'll see the hair and the guide, and then you'll just remove what's needed to be done. And we keep doing this till, of course, this side is completely done. And we are cutting from the back of the head to the front of the face. And we're at our last piece, and then that's eliminated. Now the last thing to cover is our top section, our last section, and we're going to center it. We're actually going to carve it in half right down the center, pick up that section, put a clip into it, and then we'll begin on the right hand side here. Again, pick up a section, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Find your guide from behind the ear, that panel. So carve out your hair vertically, hold that hair close to that neck. You will see that guide, and you'll remove the excess on the hair that needs to be cut. Then take down the other section, go to, again, behind the ear, panel it down with your comb, hold it firmly. You will see the guide, you'll see the hair that needs to be cut, keeping it close. And then we're just going to quickly do the same thing to the other side. Again, this haircut is repetition, doing the same thing, following through the same thing over and over again. Go to the back of the ear. You're going to pick up a panel of hair again. You will visualize your guide. You'll see it, and you remove the hair that must be cut. You will have more control if you take smaller sections. Behind the ear again, and then just remove it. I'm working towards the face and holding the hair close to the neck. And that would be right down the center, which is a center balance. Now, very quickly, if the person has a part, ask them where they want that part to be or where they wear it. Comb it, as I just did. Pick up that section, put it in a clip. We're going to start on the heavy side of the section first. Pick up that whole section again where the bang is. And then again, you're going to take 1/2 inch to 1 inch sections. No different than with when you cut it down the center. The guide will be found behind the ear, all the way down, panel down, and then you'll go ahead and cut it. The one thing about cutting apart, though, is that if they go to choose to wear their hair down the center, one side will be longer, one will be shorter. So make sure that they want to permanently always wear their hair with that part. Otherwise, just do a center balance, and that way that person can wear it down the center. They can wear it to the right, to the left, or even off their face completely. Well, there you have it. It's a simple, blunt haircut that you can give it a try at home. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave me your comments, your feedback. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.